I always get the two German words mixed up. I think it's called Schadenfreude. Schadenfreuden. I can't remember, you guys. I can't remember. Okay, so I just watched your video. Well, I watched most of it. I haven't watched all of it, but like I already have thoughts, and I literally already called my mom and talked to her about it. I literally already called my mom and talked to her about it. So apparently what happened is Krysten Sinema, who is one of the two centrist Republican Democrats who are trying to hold up the reconciliation bill, oh dude, they're coming after her so hard. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, but at the same time I need to talk to you about this, right? Okay, so because my mom and I had a conversation about this. She is a centrist Democrat. She's a Republican Democrat. She's a Trump Democrat. And she and Manchin are trying to hold up the bill, and Biden's being super clever about like the way that he's trying to force her to do the right thing. There are some problems with this, and I will get to that. Okay, so apparently she's a teacher at Arizona State University. She apparently had a bunch of activists come in and do an act of civil disobedience where they harassed her in her classroom and chased her into a bathroom, got the whole thing on video and shit. Joe Biden released a fucking statement. He fucking released a statement about this and said something to the effect, I don't know if I'm getting the words exactly right, but he said something to the effect of, get over it. That's what happens when you're in politics. Like, it was something like that. So I called my mom and I'm like, look, this is literally what fucking happens to us. We're constantly getting hounded down like this. And my mom said, but it's still not appropriate. It's still not okay to do that. Like, even if you disagree with somebody, it's not okay to stalk them into a bathroom. And she's right. She's right. It's not okay to stalk somebody into a bathroom. But more so, we told you when we were doing all this volunteer work to get Bernie into office, we told you that Joe Biden was inappropriate. We told you straight up that he was inappropriate. His response to this situation, while it makes a lot of people laugh because they're pissed at Krysten Sinema, was not the appropriate response. Because that's not okay to chase anybody, but even more so a woman, into a bathroom to record them in a bathroom. It's not okay to do that. So while it you know, for those of us who want the reconciliation bill, which is pretty much everybody, we want the freaking infrastructure package, we want the reconciliation bill, we want to get the hell out of this pandemic, and yeah, we're pissed at Krysten Sinema, but you cannot do that to people. You can't do that to people. It's not okay to cross lines, and it's not okay to encourage people to cross lines, and it's especially not okay for the person who is essentially the leader of the Democratic Party right now to encourage inappropriate behavior like that. It's not okay. There are appropriate forms of civil disobedience, and I would direct you to Ada Briseno for the perfect examples of how that works. There are actual great examples of civil disobedience, but chasing somebody into a bathroom is not one of those examples, and we do not need to compromise issues of abuse against women in the same breath as trying to get her to do what we want her to do. Clearly she's not going to get reelected. She's already made it very clear that she is working for lobbyists. We do not have to buy into toxic masculinity to try and force her to bend to our will. We don't have to do that because she's already not going to get reelected. It's not going to fucking happen. She's ruined herself in the party. It's very clear that the party is coming after her. The activists are coming after her. Joe Biden is fucking coming after her. The View is coming after her. We have everything in place to put as much pressure as possible on her. But there are certain lines that we should not be crossing, and that includes, making it somewhat acceptable to violate people. We should not be doing that. We should not be violating people. And yeah, when I told my mom what was happening and stuff, I'm like, look, Mom, I know you're freaked out because like people come after me all the time, and it freaks you out. But this is really what politics looks like. This is what they do, and Joe Biden literally just put out a fucking statement and was like, "Get used to it." That was flippant. It was inappropriate for him to say so, but he's right. This is the shit that we face all the time. We face incredibly horrible attacks all the time, and we are all kind of getting used to it. That was not an appropriate response. That was not an appropriate response to the situation. However, he's correct. Krysten Sinema has been a wolf in sheep's clothing. She came out as being Green Party and then showed up and was totally on the dime for the Republicans. This is why, this is also another reason that a lot of us talk about the horseshoe theory. If you are unaware of what the horseshoe theory is, you should look it up, because there's a lot of people who claim to be Green Party who are actually Republicans or Libertarians, and they keep doing this bullshit to us. So I do not agree with chasing the woman into a bathroom. I don't agree with that, and I don't think Joe Biden should have put that statement out, because by doing that, he is encouraging the harassment of women in a very private, personal space. I disagree with this. However, I understand his frustration, because she's, even with Krysten Sinema, none of us will ever believe that she's on the left ever again. Like, she's done. She's done in the Democratic Party. She is done on the left, and nobody's going to walk blocks for her. Oh, well, the MAGA crowd might. They might fucking walk blocks for her, but she's not going to get Democrats. Unite Here's not going to come out and help her. We are not sending resources to help that race ever again. It's not going to fucking happen. Krysten, you are done. You just lost all of the people who are actually eager and anxious to get people elected. You just lost all of us. And now you're left with a dying party. A party that is struggling to even get their donors engaged anymore because they've been screwing up so badly. That's what you have now. Okay. But, she might try and pull this, she might, at the very last minute, try and turn it around to try and get, win a re-election. She might actually vote with the package just so that she can get re-elected, but it's probably not going to matter much. Yeah, I'm taking a look at this. My roots are weird looking. I'm so gray now, y'all. And I really have a lot of, white. See this in the reflection of my phone, and I'm like, wow. This is why I dye my hair, because I'm looking at it going, oh my god, I'm so old. I'm so old now. I'm only 47. I grade earlier than everybody else in my family. I grade earlier than everybody else in my family. And it's because of the type of volunteerism I do and the type of work I do too. Like, the proposal writing has been very, very stressful because it's very deadline driven. Okay. I think this is an example. Joe Biden is getting celebrated right now for this statement. I think that's a mistake. I think it's actually an example of how he is inappropriate, and just gives us one more reason. Like when we were running Bernie and we're saying Joe Biden is inappropriate, this is the type of shit that we were talking about. He's inappropriate. He shouldn't have said that. You don't encourage people to chase a woman into a bathroom. That's not okay.